Okay.
Hi, yo, how you doing?
Please go on forward in the
I
front.
swear you live in that position, don't you? Not quite, but yeah. I think it's a seating plan, isn't it?
I think best is there.
Anywhere over here?
Yeah, I think the best. I think here is. Yeah, you can see more. And I'm not very sure.
Hey, how you doing? I'm good, thanks. Hey, how are you? Good, how are you? Not too bad, thank you.
Stop making me look bad.
No,
I need to see.
10 minutes or so. I'll be happy to everything.
You did enter though, didn't you, in the bit? I'm going to share it. One or the other.
Inspiring.
What's the topic?
Okay. You know, if I get the question, like post a picture of everything, just to embarrass you. Why are we so that feels so connected.
How was Canada? I swear you went. Amazing.
Hello there.
Hi, oh hi, I'm Dean, good to see you.
Yeah, yeah.
Dean Russell, yes, Dean Russell, yes, my wife.
Mike up.
Michelle. No, I'm not with you actually, no. Yeah, yes, that's right, yes, no, it's fine. That's right, isn't it?
Judging Was it like university? No matter what city you go to.
Biggest man. This is the
Why should I Yes.
You know, everybody has allocated tables for meeting and discussing. However, now in the want to be milked. The big man.
Wait, anyone can sit anywhere, but you want
Exactly. Okay, people hanging around up in the back room, please come here, you're a timekeeper. Mister, you remember the timekeeper? Anyway, basically, there is a set time that people can speak. But wait for them. And then we. Okay, and after that, we kind of give you warning with drang drang. Where is your telephone? Anyway, so we'll have a little notice to say that we're soon gonna have to wrap up, you know, because it's not very good to let going and then not other people can't speak. Okay, so the program is mine. Does anybody have program? Robin, can we get, or Ernst, can we get programs for everybody? I think it's downstairs. Thank you. Unfortunately, in our effort to make you the best hospitality, we haven't done the most important things first. So that's why we're a bit delayed. Okay. Now we have greetings from my partner in peace, Robin Marsh. This way, please. Shall we go upstairs now? Do you want to sit downstairs? Just we run, in a way, a group of people who are helping us, especially this year. We have great help with Jonathan. But we work together and we would like to welcome you all. Come on.
I'll take this one. Welcome, everyone. It's so nice to see, and particularly young people. It's wonderful to see you here. And often the audience is kind of over 40s and 50s, and so we're very grateful to see young spirit here. And we look forward to your proposals, and
Ideas.
we look forward to the ideas. Thank you.
Yeah. All I want to say is that we do not only Young Achievers, we have many programs in our year, and from very high to very simple things that can bring people together. So if any one of you are interested, please signal to us and we can send you the kind of thing you're interested in, an email. And if you don't want us to come, it's no problem. Just tell us so. But there's very many good opportunities to see different cultures, different people. It's really good. Okay, now I would invite, oh my goodness, Robin, in case it's somebody important you think. This is the moment we'll invite our esteemed MP Dean Russell to say a few words of encouragement and goodwill. Please, welcome. Do you want this one? I don't know.
Whichever.
I don't know why they gave me this. You think we should speak through this?
Whichever works for you.
Yeah.
Can you all hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me downstairs? Yeah. Excellent. Okay. So, well, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me. I think I've got about 3 or 5 minutes. Is that about right? So I'll be as quick as I can. I suppose I was conscious that, you know, when speaking to young people, I used to do a lot of work with business schools and lecturing and do a lot of work with young people in that space. And I thought I'd just share 3 areas for what I believe are really important to succeed in life. And that they're my 3 C's. One is around certainty, the next one about community, and the third, which I always change, but today I'm going to talk about creativity. So on certainty, I think when you're young, it's very hard to be certain about what you want to do in life, what you want to be in life, what you want to achieve. But actually, you do know in your heart of hearts what you love doing is what you're going to be best at, and what you're going to be best at is what you're going to be most successful at. And what I would say to you is that when you look in your own minds and in your own hearts, what is it you really love doing? Because every single one of you will have a different thing that you're brilliant at, and a different thing that you love doing. And other people will always try and impose their views of what they love onto you, And invariably, people end up trying to live other people's lives through other people. And so what you're best to do is use that certainty. And that certainty is hard to find when you're young. The way to do it is by doing lots of different things. And I know many of you are here because you volunteer, because you're getting awards because of the fact that you're already trying different things. But your path in life is going to change regularly. It's going to be, the path to success is often paved with many failures. But the main thing with failure is to learn from it and learn how to build on that. So the first thing I'd say to you is that when you think over the next few days, try and take some time for yourself to just sit down, close your eyes and just think about, where do you want to be in 10 years' time? What type of person do I want to be? Who do I want to be surrounded by? What type of achievements will I have had? And then think backwards from that 10 years' time and say, what do I need to have done to have achieved that? Where do I need to have been? The second one is community, and there's two ways to look at community. One is around the community around us. As a member of Parliament, community is absolutely critical to me. It's about the people that we volunteer with, the community we help with. Within my own team, we've completed, I think, something like 20,000 or so cases in the past 3 years, pieces of casework helping the community. But there's another way to look at community, and that's who you surround yourself with. And when you think about community, think about who it is that is your friendship group. Are they really wanting you to succeed? Are they happy when you are successful? Are they happy when you do things well? Or are they only thinking about what you can do for them? And so build a community around you that cares about you, that wants you to be successful, that lives as happily when you're doing well as when they're doing well. There's a phrase I've used in Parliament, which is that hope. The phrase hope is an acronym, HOPE, help one person every day. HOPE, help one person every day. Who's helping you? Who are you helping? Sometimes that hope has to come within yourself. Sometimes if you're not feeling great, you have to take time for yourself and help that one person who is you every day as well. But think about the community you've built around you. Who's helping you learn more? Who's pushing you to be the best version of you, and who's making sure that you're delivering on that. And if you think about that in the context of that 10-year vision of where you want to be, actually that's a really powerful thing, because you can start to say, what type of people do I want around me? There's a really great phrase that people use, which is totally wrong, which is that you should never meet your heroes. Well, you should always meet your heroes. The reason why people don't want you to meet your heroes is because when you meet them, you find they're as flawed as you are. You find that they weren't successful because they were some amazing godlike creature. It was because actually they had challenges, they failed, they learnt from it, they built on it, they took an extra step that they didn't think they could do. So meet the heroes, go to events, go to things, challenge them, read their books, try and find out why the people that you admire got to where they would be. And invariably, the stories they will tell will be of failure, not of success. They'll be the bits that really made them. So build a community around you that will help you succeed through challenging times. And then thirdly, which is one that's close to my heart, which is creativity. Creativity isn't just about art and paintings and singing and music. I'm a painter and a portrait artist, amongst other things. But creativity is about looking at the world differently. I think Einstein had a quote around this. I'm a physicist as well, actually, so it's something close to my heart. Creativity is about problem solving. It's about looking at a problem in a way that no one else has looked at it before and said, this is the solution that we want to achieve. What do we want to do through that? Nobody's successful by just coming out with ideas that everyone else has come out with. We all come at problems in a different way, with our own mindset, with our own approach in life. And through that, we can use creativity to challenge problems in a way that are different. And that is why being young is so brilliant. Because as you get older, you see problems that you've seen throughout your whole life and try and often fix them the same way as everyone else has before. When you're young, you can be almost arrogant enough to say, well, they didn't fix it before, I'm going to do it my own new way. Now, I'm not saying be arrogant, but be confident, be certain, build a community around you that will believe in you, but also use your creativity, your ability to look at the world differently, to see different problems in different ways and find new solutions that people perhaps have dismissed before. So I'll round up because I'm conscious of time, but when you're thinking about those 3 C's, think about 10 years' time. Where do you want to be? What sort of world do you want to live in? Who will form a community around you? And who can you spend time with to deliver on that? And be creative in your thinking. Because creativity isn't just about paint and songs and music and arts and drama. Creativity is about looking at the world in a different way. If you can look at the world in a different way, every single one of you, you will achieve things that people thought were impossible. We can do things today that we would never have dreamt of even 5 years ago, definitely not 10 years, and 100% not 100 years ago. So think about what you want to achieve, make sure you're heading in the right direction, and know that you will stumble, you will fall, but build a network around you that will pick you up and help you move forward. So thank you so much to all of you for today, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you. Hopefully it didn't overrun.
No. There wasn't any ding-ding.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're great. Thank you. Very good advice to young people. Yeah. I would like to now really invite a very interesting young lady. And coincidentally, she's from Syria, and we feel closer to each other. I'm from Lebanon. But she's not important because of that. She's really done such good work, almost all of you that got awards. You've done amazing work. But she has got good idea to share, and I invite her now to share it. You have about, you know. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe this is better.
Yeah? Okay.
Dana al-Arnab. Arnab means
Rabbit.
rabbit.
Hi, everyone. It's lovely to meet all of you again, or like some of you for the first time. Honestly, it's amazing. As most of you already know, I am a Syrian refugee, but I consider myself very lucky, extremely lucky, that I not only have escaped the war, I did not have to go through the horrible journey of trying to go to Greece, Turkey, and so on, and I did not have to stay in a tent. Now, unfortunately, as many of you know, that there's thousands of young children who have been displaced due to conflicts and due to environmental issues, and now they currently live in tents, in those tents where there's no shelter, no food, no electricity, and the situation is only getting worse. And unfortunately, they don't only face that. There is a whole hidden kind of world where the entire world just turns a blind eye. Unfortunately, there are many cases where children are groomed and used for sexual exploitation. And not only that, many children are sold in pots, and they just been used for their bodies. And that must stop. Otherwise, we're just going to lose an extremely important economical factor, which is the future labor that is going to actually help this universe from where it's going, really. So my project is basically, I believe that in order to help someone, you don't just give them food and shelter and whatever, you give them the chance to be able to save themselves. And that's why my project is to give those children an education, but not only an education that is just going to teach them things, but an education that will leave them with qualifications that they can later on use to apply for jobs, apprenticeships, universities even. And yeah, that's why I'm hoping that everyone agrees, and then maybe perhaps one day we can open schools in Greece, France, Lebanon, Jordan, and then we can just get those people out of these situations, and they can save themselves by themselves.
Can you tell us a little bit
Yes.
more about how you do it?
So there are a lot of institutions already, like the UNICEF, but unfortunately for children to apply to those schools, they have to go through a lot of legislation and paperwork, and the Greek government is making it next to impossible for those people to get this paperwork sorted, and hence those children never end up going to schools. And that's why the whole idea is to help those families get the paperwork to the minimum levels it can possibly be, and partner up with those organizations that are already existing by giving them, so we give them the ability to give those children a qualification. So whether it's like GCSEs, A-levels, international baccalaureate, and we work with those children to actually be able to achieve that. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, I didn't realize Sheikh is going. Thank you. Yeah, he's nominated amazing person also, Zaman. Thank you, Dana. It's really good for you to approach us, and when I say us, the young ones, but I'm young in spirit, but kind of engage us. We will have time to discuss at the table, and the table names will be given to you. Okay, now our next speaker is Alexandra. Didn't come up. No. Get somebody to get Alexandra. Oh, Alexandra, come please. Yes, Alexandra Russell. Actually, she didn't have much time to prepare because of some miscommunication, but she wants to say some words, and I would like to invite her. She's very young, you know. Yeah, we're very lucky. Sorry, maybe this one is better.
Can everyone hear me? Is that right? I've never actually really used a microphone before. Yeah, and also based on short notice, I found out at maybe 10 a.m. this morning that I was going to be doing this, so hopefully it's not fully kind of fleshed plan. But it's great to see everyone again because it was such an amazing event in November in such an amazing place, and everyone's stories were so inspirational, and I left that event thinking, gosh, I can do so much more now because, I mean, I'm only 16. And I think just having that as kind of a kickstart was just really, really good. Yeah, receiving this award has given me both the confidence and also kind of, not the authority, but kind of the ability to initiate more conversations about running community events. So I am currently doing an engineering project where we're running a workshop for British Science Week for a local primary school. And we're running the same workshop in our school as well, because STEM is something that's really close to my heart. STEM, for those of you who don't know, it's science, technology, engineering, and maths, or mechanics, I'm not sure which one. Yeah, maths. And education is just such an important thing for me because I am relatively lucky in going to an amazing school with an amazing science department. However, I know that a lot of people don't necessarily have that. And as the person said before me, that education is just such a cornerstone of the society that we need to make sure that everyone can have the same same opportunities. Thank you. I'm quite so I'm really lucky to be in the position that I am with good teachers, especially specialist teachers for certain subjects, because you really need in-depth education, especially if you want to study that subject at university. So I think if I were to do anything as a community event with everyone, with UPF, it would be to kind of create a level playing field with some people who maybe come from lower income backgrounds, to make sure that everyone has the same opportunities with the universities, because especially as someone who is looking at universities at the moment, I'm realising that a lot of the opportunities that I have, not many other people would. So getting people interested in STEM, especially from a young age as well, ensures that more opportunities are created for older students. So I think education, specifically for STEM subjects, is something that I would like to pursue. So, yeah, thank you. Oh, gosh.
You can come and speak to us, and we'll make the opportunities with these all lovely people that also feel like you. And I am 76 years old. When I left your event, I thought, my God, we don't know enough about young people, you know, and we don't know how to treat them better than we do. I mean, when I hear people say, oh, these young people, I really get annoyed because I know good young people and people who are very creative and very talented. So I hope very much that we will show that and share it. Oh yeah, now I have the delight of inviting Zaman. What are all the three? I only know you as Zaman. Muhammad, one of them, is it? Muhammad, I can guess. F is what? Farhad? Amen. Yeah. Welcome. He has a very deep story to share, but don't share everything.
5 minutes. Thank you.
4. No, I mean, we have time in a way, but still we've got lots more to do. To eat and to discuss.
Hi, good evening to all of you. First of all, I would like to give a thanks to UPF to give this opportunity. And what I want to say, we really want to listen to all the inspirational story, but we never want to know the reason behind the success. If we don't know how we will be successful in our life, this is the main thing. And why we don't want to listen, because it's a challenge. There's a lot of negativity behind that. There's a lot of horrible story behind that. But if there is no exam in your life, in your class, how would be first? So this is the most important things. When we listen the inspirational story, someone became successful in their life. And if we want to achieve the goal in our life, we have to know the obstacles. If we don't know, we couldn't be. So that's why, like, most of the time we ignore the negativity. But without negativity, how I can bring the positivity in our life? And that's why I'm here today, because once a time, lots of things happened in my life. I was a victim of slavery in the UK. I was in the street. And what Dean said, that time I didn't have any plan in my life, because I didn't know, because I was on the street. And this is the main things. When someone is homeless on the street, the only thing he or she thinks how to survive. I was thinking, but same time I want to thinking where I should go. I didn't know how to go. But when you have a plan, when you have an intention, God will make way for you. And this is the very important things. And that's why today I'm here, and I didn't know anyone, but on my way, on my volunteer service, I met with some people. They're really amazing. And until today, they're supporting me. And without them, I couldn't be here. And that's why we need more support, especially from the government, from the MPs, to raise the voice, how we can stop it. Because we can say lots of things, but we need action. And how we can make these actions, we have to listen to these people. I can tell you the time like 10, 12 years back when I told my story, no one believed me. They thought like I'm a mad guy. I was kicked out from the police stations. But now, they trust me, they believe me. So sometimes one thing I have learned in my life, even it is true, but we have to learn how to say. This is very important thing, and you need some support, because we are human beings. And everyone, we can achieve the success in our life. And that's why we have to be dedicated. We have to be, we should keep our patience, because might be we don't know when it will happen, but we have to, which is, I would say, like, never give up. And that's why, like, I always use this example, like in the run. I ran 5 times London Marathon, so it's 26.2 miles. After 15 miles, I feel so much pain. I say I should leave it, but no. Because I plan my things, how I can achieve it, how I can finish my 26.2 miles in the finish line. And when I got the medal, I said, wow. So, and same time, because I have this experience, and that's why I raise my voice, I try to work with these people, like who is going through the difficult time in their life, because once a time someone supported me. And that's why it is my responsibility to support someone. So we have a charity called the Safe and Save. So in that charity, we try to give the emotional support, and also we help the homeless people, not only giving the food or clothes, we spend time with them, because they are part of our family. They shouldn't feel lonely. And I remember a few years back in the Christmas Eve while I was doing, and one guy, he said, there's thousands of people walk around, but no one said hello, no one gave a smile. You came to me, because you made my day. So this is a very important thing, how we can make someone happy. Sometimes we think like if you give money, if you give clothes, someone would be happy. No, give your time, give your sympathy, give your love, and it doesn't cost money. And same time, we need all of your support, and I know that everyone will be successful in your life if you never give up. And you don't know when, how it will be happen, but if you believe it, it will happen. So thanks again to all of you, and all of the best wishes for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You did very well and very short. But he's got a very, very good story, and he's come out of amazing misery to amazing success. I mean, not in sports and things, and plus his own situation, his own stance in life. I'm very impressed. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, I've taken somebody's paper. Oh, now is the time for Krishna Vijay to speak. The real reason for Krishna speaking alone is because Anam said, he wrote it, let him speak. Anam also, his friends, they work together. And they're very, very young as well. We're very, very proud of you.
Yeah, I never used a microphone before either, but hi everyone. Oh, hi. Hi everyone, it's really nice to meet you all again. Yeah, today I wanted to speak a bit about mental health, something that's really close to me. And one thing about mental health that I realized was a lot more people than I knew before were struggling, like especially in school. People that I thought were completely happy on the outside, looked perfectly fine, were actually really struggling with their mental health in school due to work, overload, or other personal reasons. One thing about mental health that I realized was important was there's not really enough awareness about it. Like, when I asked my classmates about why they didn't speak up to me before, they felt that it was weak to speak about mental health. They couldn't express it to others, and they thought nobody would ever listen to them. And I found this quite sad, because if you're feeling down, you deserve to have someone there for you. And that's why, I came up with a plan. I wanted to make a website which would raise more awareness about mental health, tell everyone why it's okay to speak up about it, and why there are people there for you. It will also consist of lots of helplines and other information that's vital and could potentially even save somebody's life. I'd like to thank Mrs. Bobner for helping me with this website, and I hope that all of you have suggestions or something you can contribute to helping make this website. If this proves successful, I'd also love to start events where we could gather together and maybe help people set up our own helpline or something similar to that if possible. But yeah, thank you very much for listening.
Thank you. You could speak more, you know. Maybe mind you, there's other times on the discussion table. What I would like to say now is that we have done, when we had another cycle of young achievers before COVID, one of the awardees, he's also very famous now, his girlfriend's sister hanged herself just before Christmas. And they didn't even understand it. They didn't even know it. So, you were involved, weren't you? And all of us were involved in trying to make, but with the help of this person, we tried to make no postcode for mental health, you know, for like, what is it? Suicide, what something? Suicide guarantee, yeah. But what it means is that we have to really help outreach people and tell them what to do and help them. And we did a petition that kindly Theresa May answered to and said that it's all well taken care of. The trouble about that is we don't know what they're doing. But it was a very good effort, you know, to raise all that petition. And if you want, Krishna, where is Krishna? If you want a good, very, very, very wise, website maker is here. He's taking your photo. His name is Ernst. Okay, he really is very clever. He can advise you. Yeah, his job, part of it. Now I want to invite my favorite person, Dr. Mike Balcom. He has got a lot of passion for youth, for everything, and I feel that he can give us a good few minutes of a talk. Welcome, Dr. Balcom.
Thank you, Margaret. If you have a program, you'll see I have 1 minute. But actually, I want to share with you a short story about my favorite young achiever. And you may look around and think, is it me? Well, spoiler alert, it's nobody in this room. Sorry, but maybe a new person will come forward. And it's to do with the founding of the Universal Peace Federation in our headquarters here. If you look at the website, you'll see the UPF started in 2005 in New York. I was there. And you'll also see how over the years, many very prominent presidents, UN Secretary Generals, and so forth have been part of it. But actually, the real founding started 75 years before that. And I want you to picture, if you can, a cold winter's night in the deep countryside of what is now North Korea, and a young boy of 10 years old, our founder. And at that time, I mean, today, North Korea, you think missiles, you think starvation, but actually it was pretty bad all those years ago as well, because it was colonized, and it was colonized by Japan, and it was very ruthless. Actually, young Koreans were not allowed to speak Korean. They were not allowed to use their own names. They had to take a Japanese name, because, like so many colonizers, the colonizers know best. And it wasn't easy to resist. But this young boy had a great uncle who was a hero of the resistance, and it was very dangerous. In fact, 10 years beforehand, an uprising had been totally crushed. So one night, January 1931, this great uncle came to the house late at night with a dozen followers, supporters. They were cold, they were hungry, they were desperate, and they were on the run from the secret police. And his mother welcomed them in and decided we have to feed them, you know, whatever else we have to feed them. But what about the children? The children, they shouldn't see this. So the children were herded off. There wasn't really a lot of privacy. Told to go in corner of room, cover put over their face, and told, you know, sleep now. You can imagine, though, you're a 10-year-old boy, and this person you've really only met sort of in stories is in your house talking about a plan to free the nation. You're not going to sleep. You're listening really carefully. And so that night he listened to his great uncle talk about the real situation in the country. And by the time they left at 5 a.m. in the morning, he wasn't a boy anymore. He decided, this is my calling. I have to do something to free my country. But what can you do at 10, right? Your scope of action is really small. But he thought, well, okay, I can start in school, you know. And when you're under the control of another people, if you're under oppression, you don't really have many choices. You can keep quiet, keep safe, think, you know, I'm not going to risk myself, or you can decide to speak up, but do it in such a way that you quickly get destroyed, or you can try to find a way to make an impact that will last. And that's what he decided he would do. He thought, I will learn Japanese better than the Japanese. When it came to the school graduation, he decided, I'm now going to criticize the shortcomings of every one of my teachers, the administration, the mayor, the chief of police. And you can imagine how that went down. A few years after that, that was his social awakening, his patriotic awakening. And a few years later came a dramatic spiritual awakening. But that's a story for another time. I'm talking, of course, about our founder, Sun Myung Moon. It would have been his 103rd birthday in about 2 weeks from now. So Dean was talking about ideas of 100 years ago. And also he talked about the importance of reading the books of people who have succeeded despite many failures. So I have a gift for you, which you'll find downstairs. It's called As a Peace-Loving Global Citizen. It is actually an autobiography of failure and resilience. Many years ago, I made a movie about this, and I thought, how could I describe this person who inspired me so much? And I came up with the title, A Determined Man, because every time it looked as if failure was absolute. And he went on to be imprisoned in a death camp in North Korea, to suffer every kind. He was a refugee. Mother Moon, who eventually he married, was a refugee. You know, when you're a refugee, and we heard from one young lady this evening, it seems you can't do anything, but that's not true. And gradually, the way opened up to work on a global scale. It would have been impossible in a country that no one's heard of, under oppression. You're 10 years old, but by determination, big things could happen. And that's why the UPF is here today. All around the building, you'll see posters featuring different aspects of that work. Our goal is not to proselytize, but to share possible inspirations that might be good for you as you think about, how am I going to make a lasting difference? So as I said, as a peace-loving global citizen, it is a book, 90% about failure, but at the end of victory and success, which is what I hope for everyone here. You know, I don't think I'm giving any secrets away to say that you will face many obstacles. But when you do, as we've heard, do not give up. If you are determined, if you keep moving forward, amazing things will happen. I believe what Dean has said is true. I'd like to see the United Kingdom becoming a leading nation for transforming the world, thinking not of itself, but of other countries. We already do, but we know in our hearts we could do so much more. So thank you for coming again. I met many of you in Parliament. It was great. I hope you enjoy the food. I hope you learn from each other. And when you go back, read the book and see if you don't get some ideas as I did. Thank you so much. Welcome.
I can say that Dr. Balcom never, ever goes over the time. Ever. I mean... I know Margaret will kill me. No, it's really, it's a great ability. Thank you very much. And it's inspiring. I didn't even know those stories myself. It's amazing. Right now, I have to announce that Nathaniel Pete is in Reading coming here. So he's going to come towards the end. But then, you know, the people who didn't actually prepare anything, I asked some of them, do you want to say a few words? And one wonderful lady said, yes, I would. And if any one of you wants to say a few words so that we can see who you are and what you do, that's okay. But you only have 1.5 minutes. Please welcome one of our awardees. Her name is Evangelina. Is that correct? Evangelina, okay. Here we go. Very beautiful girl. She's Miss UK, wasn't she? Were you? Are you still? But not just pretty.
Hello everyone, I hope you all had a lovely Christmas and New Year's. Just wanted to put out there, it's so nice to see some familiar faces. And for me, I just want to say to receive an award in Parliament is just the cherry on top. From a young age, I was always involved in charity work because my mother always taught me the importance of giving back to the community. She is also a community development worker. So I was always the little one following her around. And to see those projects come to life at such a young age, for me it was really inspiring, and those are the memories that stuck with me and made me the young woman I am today. I have my own charity organisation called climateexchange.art. It's to climateexchange.art. And for me, it's to educate the younger generation about sustainability through art projects. And for me, I've always been a creative person. I love to paint and sing. So to give those projects some life and to teach and educate the younger generation through projects that are fun for them and for them to also learn is something that I'm really passionate about and proud of. And I hope that I can get more people involved as well. And for me, I was able to take this internationally. Just recently, I went to Tokyo, Japan to represent the United Kingdom at the 60th Miss International Beauty Pageant. And for me, it was so amazing to meet amazing women from all around the world that have so much creativity and inspiration. For me, it was inspiring for me to meet them and learn about their projects and what they've been doing in their communities. And we definitely learned from one another. And for me, the two things that I can take from it, well, the highlights from Japan is not only traveling, but I was also, I was able to go visit the United Nations in Japan, where we donated 200 million yen. Yeah, it was amazing. We donated it to the projects that are getting involved in Africa. So it was so nice to be there in person to award that to them. And also the Women's Forum. So we got to meet inspirational entrepreneurs in Japan where they built their businesses from the ground up. Some of them may have not come from much, but to see them persevere and continue, even though they overcome many challenges, they still got there in the end. So it's very inspiring to hear about their stories and how they got there. And for me, one of the projects, as Margaret mentioned, for today, I thought that we can create a network to allow younger people to shadow in career paths of local businesses for a month or a week so they can learn from that. This type of project pairs young people with positive role models from the community who can provide guidance, support, and encouragement. So I think from a young age, you're like a sponge, so anything that is faced in front of you, you can just take it all in. So it can also, build self-esteem, self-confidence, and develop positive relationships. These types of programs can also help youth to stay engaged with the community, avoid negative influences, and stay away from dangerous activities and create opportunities for personal growth. Additionally, youth-led community projects can also help provide a sense of peace and fulfillment, since it allows them to take ownership of creating something positive, develop their own leadership and personal skills, and make a difference in their own community. So this is one of the projects I put forward, and hopefully we can, bring this forward. So thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much. You also have to let us know, Evangeline, how we can help during the discussions. Maybe you could talk about that. Now, I've got one other young achiever that's one of the first young achievers, isn't it? First year or second year? Yeah, and he is with us up till today. He's always helpful. Keldon Alayeni, is it? Keldon, I always call him Keldon. And he brought a friend as well. Welcome, Justin. He's always very, very ready to help and do things.
All right, thank you, Margaret. Let me set my limit. So I just want to share something. I'm sure you don't, I could go into who I am, but I just want to share something with you. So, when I first made my career transition from design to games design and, some engineering, when I was, learning about the field, I'm in the library and, close proximity to the books on computers and programming were books on psychology, and out of curiosity, I'd read them. And as I read them, I noticed that they started to explain things that I had recognized, because up until that point, I was all about myself. What can I do? I felt that I could do anything, right? Always had that confidence. But as I started to really pay more attention to the world, I started to question, okay, well, I could do stuff for myself, but why not apply this and, have a positive change? And I really felt that the things that I could see, that we could all do something about it. So I tried to apply my intuition for design to change the world. And, I thought about all of my troubling experiences where bias had me perceived in the wrong way. And I saw that as a really huge challenge. I saw what was going on in the media. I'd read through newspapers and I noticed you could see the difference in how things were reported. But whenever I would bring this up to people, it seemed as if I was in one world and they just couldn't see it, right? And I feel that there's a problem that we still have. And so I thought about it and I thought, well, what can change this? Because, these are problems we've had for hundreds, thousands of years. There's all sorts of tensions that are always there. And I figured, well, I'm not the genius that can solve all the problems, even though I feel I could do everything. But what I did see was that, when you bring people together, like we are here today, you're all young achievers, you're all brilliant. But I find even in myself that when you get people together, at least in my experience, you get more out of everything, even if it feels like it's moving slower. And I thought I had figured it out. I felt that there was no obstacle, but there was only one problem. I was only 10 years old. Yeah, that was it. I just wanted to show. All right, but yeah, if anything, my whole thing is I just want to encourage you all to stay in contact. I would hate for this to be the last time I see all of you. I really, implore you to exchange numbers and set up some even small things together. This is what we've done a lot with Matteo, who Margaret mentioned. I really believe that is the most important thing. Get us together, keep us together, conservatives, liberals. We need to not be split or divided. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
All right, you take care.
Okay, we have to not wait for Nathan, but we start with our table work. Where is Jonathan? Lee's table, I know by heart, I think. Lee's table goes Alexandra, and where is, I don't know it by heart. He's got the papers, but I mean, I know that we suggested together. There is Lee and Alexandra and I can't remember.
Is it the same table you said at the beginning?
Yes.
Same table.
What do you mean? No, not the same table. No. No. Okay. Can you say the first Lee's table, and then the second table is this table, table number 1 in this room, and your wife isn't there, right? Yeah. Go on. There's other people to fill in.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hey. How are you all? And those in the cafe downstairs as well, thank you for coming. Yes, hello. Hey, Lee, hey, everyone. Good to see you. Okay, yes, thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming. I hope you've been having a good evening, afternoon so far. Now we'd like to break into time for discussion and food, which is the good part, which is the best part. Well, it's a two-parter, 50-50. And what we've done is we've broken everyone into groups and assigned seating. So we've created some seating plans. Unfortunately, due to some issues, some errors, I only have one for this room, unfortunately, for the printer. But so we will read this out briefly, just so you know where you are. Or actually, we'll leave it on this table here. You can come and see where you're going to sit. And some of you will be in here, 3 tables in here, 3 downstairs, and our staff will come and bring up the food, the drinks, the teas, the scones, everything, to lay on your tables, and you'll have some time for discussion. It'll be an hour, a good hour, to talk, think about what you've heard today, and also time for you to perhaps write down your thoughts, and one person in your team can come back and present feedback to everyone here in the group after we come back again after the hour. Yeah. So we hope you can have a really good experience this time, to gain a lot and to reflect and think about what can we do together going forward as young achievers, as young people, as people that want to do things to make things better going forward, not just for our children and those we know, but also those we don't know, those in the rest of society whom we have maybe not yet met, maybe we'll never meet, but still we can do something. We can try to do something. So, also in the cafe, you will see I've placed on your table the seating plan. So if you're not on the table, one of the two, if you're not on one of the 2 tables in the cafe, you're probably up here or in the York room, which is another room downstairs. So there's 3 groups downstairs, 3 upstairs. Okay?
Let's start with the people who have to go down, so it's easier.
Yeah. We're going to leave this. Okay.
Just the people to go down is Alexandra Russell at Lee's table, Michelle Russell, Amanda, leader of whatever. Oxford Council. Sagal Muhammad. Are you there, Sagal? Or are you down here? Okay, up here. Marajan is not here. Akhtar Dinata is already there. And if, I think there is one more person we can fit in, but plus one maybe. Can you go downstairs, those people? Tina, do you want to be in a group downstairs or upstairs? Yeah, so you can be with the group downstairs with Lee. Okay, but take your breath. Second table in the cafe is Keldon, you just heard, Justin, his friend, Ernst Kamga, who always walks around, but that's where you eat, Ernst. And Tanya, is he here? Tanya, are you down? Yeah, well, you better tell somebody to tell her. And Chonghua Kim is not here. He's downstairs. Farhad Nikayan. Jo Dong Wang. No. I had two of your people. Choose two of your people, and I will put these people somewhere else. Mr. One of you can go with two of your people. Actually, there's a group of people from University of Greenwich, yeah, and later on they will go down to table 2 downstairs. Farhad, and you have to have 2 other people from your group, okay? Can you take 2 other people from your group that you want to go with? Keldon, you also go to the room. And table 3 is your room. Evangeline, just now, where is she? You and your brother. And then Viola, are you here? Viola, you go with them. And Zaman, you go with them. That is the very nice York room. Yeah, I'll come and visit you. The one next to the cafe. Meiko Davis, Hong In Kim, and Saransh. Yeah, but get another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can take one more. If you like, Hong Il and Saransh can be somewhere else. Okay, Meiko, get 2 people, and I asked them to ask you. Take 2 people of your own and tell me the names. Daria and? Okay. And you have to find place for somebody else. Okay, ballroom. Dean, Russell, Mike Balcom, Fumiko Balcom. Is she coming? Dana Al-Arnab, you are lucky to have this table. And Nathaniel Pete is not here. Elliot, you're here. Here, this table. Yeah. Then table number 5 is, good God, Robin Nagneta, it's in here. And Bahwan, yeah, go with Robin. Suryansh, go with Robin. Mila Eastwood, Anita Okunde, I'm not sure if she can arrive now because I think she's not finished her job. Gabriel Asari, and Philip Okey. So that is this table. And can you make people to come to bring the food now, if you don't mind? Remy, yeah? Okay, this is table 5, yeah. Yeah. Okay, now I want you to table 6 is Krishna 6. You've got 3 tables. That one is yours. Krishna, Stephen. She's not here. Stephen B. Al Magania. Farhad Nikayan. My God, I've done it. I've got it wrong. Farhad Nikayan. That wasn't somebody else. Farah Nikayan. Akhtar and your husband, do you want to go to Actually, that was Farhad, not Farah. I made a mistake. Do you have to have plates for you? The people are having jobs to do, but they will eat with you later. What? Oh, please have something to eat. Mike? Thank
As I
you.
explained, I have
Thank
to
you.
leave now to Birmingham.
Thank you.
Thank you. You might need to combine 2 tables.
It's all right. Where are the other people? Hello? You have to sit here.
It's vegetarian. It is.
It is vegetarian.
Sure.
Yeah.
So Mike and Fumiko are leaving now.
I know.
So
I know.
he wondered if 3 tables should be merged into 2 or
It's all right. It's all right, yeah. What, Ernst, why don't you sit here? Why don't you sit here?
Actually, Ernst, I wouldn't mind if we haven't got that interview with Lee, but also to take photos.
I will be taking photos around. I will just have my plate and move around, but I will be taking pictures more than sitting, you know.
No, I don't know why everybody of the others is downstairs. They do it by themselves. Because Enam is here, Stephen B is not here, Alma is here, Farhad is not here. I made a mistake.
That is here.
Yeah, he's gone downstairs by mistake. Once it's done, please sit down with them. Okay? You serve and then sit down with them. Spoon? Any spoon?
Ready for
Spoon. How about, do they have plates? Yeah, I think for themselves. What's happening downstairs?
People are sitting down.
But is it crowded?
Really?
Huh? But where are the others? I can't. All these people are not here. Mila isn't here. Because Gabriel is here, Philip is here.
Some of the staff. Basically, what happened is some.
Yeah, you know that Farhad.
Yeah.
I read Farhad, not Farah. Yeah, but come here. It's enough downstairs.
Yeah, they sit down and talk to them.
Three people, 3 places.
Yeah, that's good.
Is enough? So maybe we can combine and they can sit down.
Yeah, and also the staff guys.
Yeah, why don't you sit down? Why don't you sit down? Yeah. You can sit down. What's that?
Vegetarian.
No, I can take anything. Vegetarian is for you. Here, this is vegetarian.
I like.
You don't have plates.
So my team is
Why is there not enough plates?
she's responsible
Hello.
Oh yeah, so we're non-stop.
Oh, thank you, man. 정말 감사합니다.
Was that like Philippines?
No, Korean.
Oh, you speak Korean?
I study.
Oh, so how much of Korean do you know then?
Basically, I'm trying to
start over? Because they used to teach us back in primary school.
Oh, because I'm interested in learning Spanish, and then obviously because I wanted to get to the, South America and stuff. So Spanish, and then obviously European languages.
Gabriel. Gabriel.
Yeah, we just spoke.
Philip.
Yeah. Across different charities trying to do similar things.
Yeah, they look alike.
Which girl? The girl who's just
the one on the red.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm good, thank you.
Some tea. Bro, can you pass me the ketchup?
Can we just pour it in?
It's okay. Thanks.
Yeah, that's why they didn't go for charity status.
Is there charity?
Yeah, I think so.
Four of us on that team, so.
We haven't used it before. So.
It wasn't worth doing that.
Tell me when.
Yeah, keep going, keep going. Yeah, it's okay, thanks. I don't want to empty the whole thing.
Can you sit down?
Do you know, it's like
So how do you transition to becoming an active?
Margaret talked about the mental health campaign we had.
What was this that?
We did certain things together.
For them as well.
We love to find projects that inspire us. So we can do the same thing again. Work on some project together. Maybe even, with network, maybe several ideas.
A few projects, especially the brother was sharing about he was homeless and how he tackled that, all that. So like it was really touching to see that, like how far he's come along, and then you need all the help that you can get from that stage to the stage that he's now. And we could like help do more, like we could go around the community and maybe go with the food and like give them food and stuff, because I do notice a lot of them are sleeping in this sort of condition and they're hungry as well and all that. So when it's illogical to do so, we could like do those sort of things as well. I was just thinking. Yeah. Yeah, I was like meaning to speak to him, so maybe I'll get a chance to do so, because it really touches my heart when it really breaks my heart as well when I see people who are in that condition. Like I just can't see them because it's just too.
Yeah, I like what
too hard to see.
The MP, what's his name again? MP Dean Russell mentioned about the hope, helping one people every day.
Oh yeah,
you know, it kind of, especially like you mentioned with the homeless, you see them, you feel some kind of guilt sometimes. Like what can I do to
help them out?
Yeah. So yeah.
And then at a larger scale, because it's not just in London, but you see in other parts. I mean, not just central London, but like different other parts of London, like south, east, west, everywhere. So it's like about, obviously, it's a larger scale, so we could just like pen it down and then make it logical way and just work it out. So we could do that. I'm pretty passionate about that.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah, there's a crisis as well who does this. I've looked it up actually. Yeah, they just need someone to talk to them. As brother mentioned, it's not just about money or clothes, it's about just having that connection, that physical connection, that you just, someone who looks, just say hi to you and then just say, how can I, just talk basically, just need someone to talk to. Because like, as one more person was mentioning about mental health, and obviously in the lockdown we faced, like, a lot of people were kind of talking about it, like, you know, like you close into a room and then how do you tackle that? And it's about having loved ones around you does help you, and then you have the space that you can open up and like share your thoughts and just admit it that you need help a little bit. It's no shame of admitting it. Like a lot of athletes have also started talking about it, and it's just good to see that it's getting more awareness. Before it wasn't, but I think because the pandemic is starting to get attention, so it's glad to see that people are coming up. People used to feel like, oh, you're weak when you say mental health, but now it's like accepted. No, it is a concern, and it's not like you're weak to have that. It's just human. So. Where's the other half of this? So we came off.
Bypass you can go to.
I was looking up, I found Crisis, and then they kind of work with them, and then there's also a charity, I can't remember the name, but if you like, you provide them with funds and stuff, they help you have a place, so they find, let's say, youth or something, and then they need a place to crash, you know, they do that, they support them with like a room and stuff, and then basic needs and stuff, so yeah. Yeah, obviously collaboration you could do like a whole lot.
I still think I would go for it, to be honest with you. Beyond training in the area of counselling, mental health. So it's not something I...
Yeah, I'm thinking something practical to do, you know. Somebody can just... In what sense? So to ask for their proposals, just maybe allow inspirations.
But like I do get passionate about these things. Like obviously my whole aim is to be an entrepreneur, to help, like obviously make money and use half of it to help other people. So that's the reason I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Because like if you work for somebody, there's a limited amount of funds you get, but as an entrepreneur you get like as much as you want. No. I was talking about like I want to be an entrepreneur so that I could help people around you. Yeah, because these sort of things like people who are homeless and who don't have enough food on their plate really passionates me that I want to help them out, and then at a larger scale, not just few people, but like big scale basically. So do you have any like a plain glass of water? Room temperature?
I have tea, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, no rush, you can take time. Yeah. It was pretty good that day. It was but he was talking about his journey and then it was awesome. But it was your mom's birthday, so I mean that's more important. Yeah.
He spoke just for a couple minutes or what?
Yeah.
Would you like to just has 1 minute or 1 minute, 2 minutes?
Sure. But I was like, I wasn't really expecting that.
Sure. But it works well because you have the person.
Oh, I've had 3 sandwiches going.
So Gabriel, you're from where are you from?
Area?
Yeah.
North London.
I mean, yeah, your country, Ghana.
But you?
Mixed Filipino, Nigerian.
Filipino, You're from Philippines?
Yeah, I was born there.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm mixed Nigerian, Filipino. Yeah. So both your parents are from Ghana. What's the situation over there? What's going on? Like everywhere in Africa, almost. Yeah. Have you? So you've been here your whole life, or you travel every now and then?
I did. So the last time I went was like 2 years ago.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. But I do like to travel. I haven't traveled much since COVID.
Ah, yeah.
So last year I was in America. Yeah. But you?
Yeah, been here continuously here in the UK for 2 years and a half, but because I was living in Spain back then. Yeah.
So your family is there?
My family's here now, but yeah.
Wow.
Grew up in Spain, then now here a couple of years. Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, the quality of living is more relaxed, I would say. And there, the people are more somewhat open, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, it's a different atmosphere,
Yeah.
After 1:30, right now.
What inspired you? What made you move here?
Yeah, one is the financial area, of course. Yeah, because you see so many, what do you call this, expats? No. Yeah, people fleeing the country ever since the crisis, because, yeah, there's no opportunities, especially when you're, minor, yeah. So both my parents, they decided to move here. Thank you. Yeah, actually, I came with my mom. She's downstairs, actually. Yeah. Remy.
Remy?
Yeah.
So your mom's Nigerian?
No, Filipina.
Oh, because I know Remy's a Nigerian name.
Because it's Remedios. Yeah, for short.
So that's Nigeria.
Yeah.
Have you been to Nigeria?
We're planning this May this year. Because you have to know your roots, you know? So
who's going to have an idea that we're going to do it on this table?
Florian, he's doing a...
What about...
Yeah.
Tell the table, you know now? Do you know what it is?
Yeah, we're still brainstorming. We're still, you know...
Now what is Florian thinking of?
He's saying it in front of the camera.
No, that's not good. This table has to report. You understand?
We'll still have time, right? It's 1 hour, you said.
No, not so much time.
Yeah, it says 1 hour.
The reason why I say so, I did work in the Philippines. We literally were in the middle of jungle. It was like we were building a village in the middle of nowhere, properly things. And it amazed me how we were there and people lived in huts up until they moved into the village we were building. They were living in huts. Very basic lifestyle here every single day.
South London.
And it was quite
It's like 1 hour from here.
access the content of that. You just thought, let's go. Is that feasible or is that?
Yeah, so I run a mentoring organisation. Yeah, called Together Mentoring. So that's what I've been doing.
To write down stuff.
Because I just think that's like your means and it's everyone has to vote and use the challenge and then you can then make sure that the police don't on their phone. The camera I brought the lens of this
To write stuff down? To write stuff down?
Yeah, so at the end, when we finish and everyone comes up, back up, one of your group will do.
Yeah.
So you can it's worth looking into what the barriers are. So once you know what the barriers are, and it might be the barriers, so you have to go and test it. Or, you know, then you work out how to solve that. I don't And is there like a brief for us to work to, or is it just general? The ideas to do what? Sorry, is it what's the principle? What would you like ideas for?
Basically, on the proposals that were given today about potential things to work together, form a project group.
I see.
Yeah, and then we can do one at a time. The idea that you have
that's interesting.
everyone in the other groups as well.
Maybe looks like something.
So what are the current plans for this year? What's the aim?
I would love to do more events.
Outreach?
Yeah. Finalise but this one I funded it myself. So I'm trying to get one year in the UK.
Mentor was like the main
I guess the way it is initially that's where the story starts. Through that, through that it became like a
I'm making it perfect.
and then I got involved in the lifestyle. So initially it was I mostly did sound
Exactly the same build.
and then that led to videography.
So this is the event.
I cannot be in terms of the events
This was last year.
I was able to already be working on events that time, and then the videography came sort of my understanding and the opportunity to go
So I've lost out to
LA
Especially, you know, many young people turn off.
No, I mean, I went there, I had the opportunity to go there to learn, to basically be taught
For this
about
kind of like
red
events,
camera,
like,
which is,
for projects,
so
you need young people.
when I was a kid, everything film-wise
The
was
old ones, they need to retire.
and digital is just kind of starting to come out, and red is a camera company.
So what
They were kind
some
of like
of the ideas we can write down
create
for
like a
this year or
digital
something?
movie. So I had the opportunity to go and learn on this movie camera in LA. No, not from them, but just through to other groups. But so that all of this kind of spurred on wanting to do this kind of stuff. But yeah, actually, in terms of like,
It's funny that's actually in mind. So when you think about doing the first speech you give is your main speech, so it's quite a big deal. So you can't actually speak in Parliament until you give your main speech. So and in your main speech, it's structured in 3 ways. One is so second is to like videos. Normally people do it. Third, talk about the things that you want to focus on. And mine actually is loneliness and enough. And so I gave a speech because me and my daughter was thinking it takes everything they train on. And so actually a lot of my work is in fact the phrase I used was that I used a few times we used to be lonely. Now we're lonely in the house because we're all online.
Our man has Agneta, when can I get more food? Where can I get more food? Our big guest has arrived.
10-minute rule belt in about 2 weeks' time. So I did it 2 years ago. Thank you
You
for
come
the
and sit down. Let's get clean plates. He's the speaker. He was Young Achiever 10 years ago, and now he's got a huge organization. He's very
Which is good. You get to do like at least once. That's actually.
I see. Okay.
People committed.
Yeah. Because I mean, a lot of people who are coming to this event are already coming at some level, so it's just about getting them involved in how we can get them involved. That's
Hello. What's your name? Philip. What's your name?
Caitlin.
Caitlin. Nice to meet you. Hello.
What is your name? Kate. Okay, Kate. This is the wife of my hero. Many years ago, that man was just a young man who cares for people in the street. And I remember then, Nathaniel, I remember that little lamp you brought. He showed us a little lamp and said that I'm taking this to Africa to teach the people to have the lamp, as well as for the children to learn, to see, to see with their own eyes, because it's difficult in the rural areas, Can you give me that one, darling? Thank you, and this is for you.
These are the future young ambassadors,
Yeah. You got to learn a lot from your daddy. Yeah, it's incredible. The incredible his success, And I feel so proud.
Listen to what they have to
Is
say.
there any sandwiches? Can you come back? Can we just? There's enough there. There's lots of sweetie. and cakes. And this one, if you don't want cakes, do you want to just have some and give it off? Can you move this thing? Can you give me? I can get water. Is there tea here? Oh, sorry. Is there water here? Then do you want tea? Gabriel will
I was thinking about the same thing, like moving around, going in different
No, I think there is battery.
Exactly. You know what? Because I have a van.
We get.
So you can fill up the van with stuff with just randomly giving to people.
Yeah, that's it. So we just
Can I have them?
Food drive, right?
yeah, food drive.
I don't want these.
So is it like a professional sort of way, like like why they use it for deliveries and stuff? Or is it
I have it. I brought it with me today, actually.
Oh, okay. Before you go, I want to see the house.
It's
Mummy,
downstairs.
can I have some hummus, please?
Loaded with goods. And then some garments.
Or at least talk to them first and then realize what would they need and stuff. So food is like, it's like necessary. You know,
Basic needs.
Basic needs and clothes is like half of that, because then you speak to them, you realize what they need and then that's what Roland told me to do with that as
Coming up with ideas,
Here we go.
young people.
There is eggies and
get
things.
involved, like, to create something for the community.
I don't know what to do, Suryansh. Help me, darling.
Something that
Yeah, it is, if you like. If there's more,
something that anybody can get
if
involved.
you finish with that, we can maybe try them. Tea, yeah, tea.
People who are committed, to contribute something. So far, yeah, we're just brainstorming. Basically, they mentioned because she has a mental health mentoring organization. They want to register for charity and get funding as well.
Do more events.
Do more events.
So far, been funding every event.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you need any plates or is that
And we need people who are committed. We could do it once a week or every couple, whenever everybody's free. And then food drives. Go around neighborhoods just giving out stuff, giving food, basic. Because we're considering the homeless people as well.
I would definitely love to do a homeless project.
Magna, you mentioned earlier, right? About your charity you're doing as well?
My understanding is that partnerships are very important and bringing ideas are relevant. So you also you wanted to be an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
So what happens is when people want, the youngsters, when they and what are the steps the people need to take. So that kind of information from the government side, as well as the private organizations, is very important for us to have that.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good because we need like there's some lot of information at times, and then you just need to filter out what are relevant, what are.
She's also wanting to get her charity registered. So the hurdles she's going through in order to get that executed, what's the expectation of the government to pass off the registration? She needs support there. Maybe she has to expand her vision, or she needs to have more resources. So it's important to share ideas, more of connectivity is important. See, do you see that?
Yeah.
Because yours is an entrepreneur journey. Hers is a challenge. So basically the knowledge is very important.
Yeah, we could spin off ideas and then see if we could bank on each other, and then obviously fund.
Just to carry on from sorry, that's okay. I'm just saying, just to carry on from what you were saying, that all these young people have all these brilliant ideas. They need the support. Then you're saying they need a platform and information back. Where they can go to and get support that they need. Somebody can point you in a direction. Because there are plenty of people who went through where you are, and so it would be nice to have like a give back information back to help people coming up that can be able to mobilize and get their ideas off the ground.
You know, when I overheard the charity, list of people who are mentors. You know, they can mentor other people. But what is the missing point is that she needs to structuralize it.
A platform for like.
What do you think we should do?
Take your
No,
time.
so I could read a message. Maybe we could think. Come up
I don't
with
drink
some
tea,
ideas.
so I ask for
What
it.
class are you in? 5. So do you love studying? You love studying?
Studying.
You enjoy sports, yeah? Yeah. What's your favorite sport? So, is there anything you would like to change when it comes to your passion with sports? Not really. Not really. Maybe. You're a Buddha. You're very contented. I really appreciate it. She's a sister? Yeah. Would you like to share something? Yes.
Do you have any idea how you can make this world a better place?
I have one thing. I have one thing. Maybe, because loads of people do like maybe we could like
Just make sure.
or training how to become a actual
Because there's no football school in UK. That's the surprising part. The UK is like top nation, loves football, but Premier Leagues and stuff I hear, but there's no football school. It's in Barcelona and stuff. So we should do something about that. That's a good idea. Man. So,
Very brilliant platform.
yeah. suggesting that obviously football schools, and then how could we make it happen? And I found it strange. One of our family friends visited UK last year, and he's a passionate sportsman. So he said, "Is there a sporting school here?" And I was like,
Yeah, that's nice.
football specifically. And I was
Very exclusive.
I know, and then when I was looking up, I couldn't find any here. It was surprising. I was expecting at least a couple of them. Because you would expect UK to be at least have one perfect, one good sports school. Because it has Premier League, all sorts of players from different parts of the world come to play. And surprising enough, we don't have a sports school.
Yeah.
Because
Very
if
rare.
and then what you can do is you can get one of those players to guide them at least for a day or even for a couple of hours. You give them insight, certain things that they did which worked for them and they could work for another use and stuff. So it'll be valuable.
One idea came to mind when he mentioned about the football for children, especially because especially if it's interracial, you can get parents from different. It's open for everybody, regardless of your faith. You can just invite people to let their children hang out with intermingle with each other, maybe create something beautiful out of that. Because I think many parents are conservative when it comes to that. They don't want to let their children hang out with other race, maybe other. You're a Muslim.
More diversity, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, we could create an event where we can invite people
from all backgrounds.
That could be nice.
See the two ideas from one. That's amazing. I was getting lazy to come in today, but I'm glad I did. It's pretty other ways of meeting up. But then, obviously, there was another event that was happening, but obviously I committed Margaret first. No, it was from one of our spiritual place. There's an event right now taking place. I was thinking that, but since I gave my word to Margaret Auntie first, and since I don't know, I'm gonna have to go. But then just 1% part of me said, could I go? But then I'm glad I did come. So
I respect your commitment.
I wasn't expecting to work quick.
Don't lie. She might get how did you even think about not coming?
I feel like there's a lot of charities and help,
Wait, no, it's not. It's not connected.
Nothing like that support. Young people that are actually spending their going to school, going to university, coming out and it's where's their help? Yeah, literally. So that's why I started it. So we have professionals that
They also need support.
Yes.
Yeah.
Be it United Nations, be it government, parliament, be it any community, local community, whatever small business sector. We all need to do that. The kind of expertise we have, there is a possibility the resource we see that.
Because there's power in unity, basically. I mean, there's that. Yeah,
Yeah. I don't do it, and I need to correct that.
yeah, the selflessness that you do, the service with is amazing. It's pretty admirable. Oh.
It's fine, yeah. So just to like, you just say who you are and
Yes, so that they don't feel they're alone in the world. They've got some common to look to.
So from that I wrote food culture, sharing different kinds of bread from different races. Connected to homelessness.
The big hour is here.
Yeah, that's it.
Hello everyone.
You want to be a speaker? What do you mean?
You're the one who's
Korea.
writing. You're the one who's writing it, right?
Yeah, we don't understand right.
What's perfect writing? Look.
He's an amazing person. His name is Nathaniel P. And he was, when I met him, he'd gotten some, from some overseas. And then I said to him, we're just doing it in this award, can you come? And he came to the actual House of Parliament with a lamp. And he was saying that he made this little lamp to have African children, to have lights when they're studying. And he taught the children how to make a lamp.
Wow.
And things like that, our son started already. But 10 years later, he's a big man. He's you will tell you. Okay, let's go.
Okay, before I begin to speak, everyone say no limits.
No limits.
I want to congratulate all of the young achievers. I don't know if I can get my slides up, maybe. That would be good. Because my first slide is about having no limits. Remember that the only limitation that exists is the one that you're going to place in your own mind. Remember that. And even though you might have a struggle that you're going through, you have to always hold on to faith. You have to always look up to God. You always have to concentrate on the things that are not seen, but the things that you hope to see. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so this is why I say I have no limits. And I'm not sure why it's sharing like that. It shouldn't share like that. It should actually share slideshow from current slide, and it should come up like that. Nonetheless, anytime you have an obstacle, you've got to be like an eagle. You have to shift, adjust, and rise above it. Anyway, my name is Nathaniel P. I grew up in London. I came from a Jamaican family, but I went into a school that was surrounded by gang crime. It was surrounded by negative situations where young people were stabbing each other, where my friends were getting into things. And I went into a school as a young person coming from a very strong family and having very good levels in mathematics. I went into a secondary school that basically looked at me in a different way. It was quite racist. In fact, my teacher didn't give me the maths that I needed when I needed to progress. She didn't give me the level of maths that I required. And as a result of that, I became bored with the curriculum. It meant that I started to hang around with the wrong people. It meant that I became somebody that had potential, and they always said I had potential, but because the curriculum wasn't engaging me, I got sidetracked and I managed to get myself involved in things I shouldn't be involved in. So I was the joker in the classroom. And you could probably see me when they were telling me to put my head straight, I was putting my head to the side, trying to be the joker. It meant that I didn't do well at school and I failed my GCSEs, not because I wasn't able, but simply because I got distracted, because people didn't believe in me, because my teacher was actually racist, because I had racism around me, because my friends were falling in crime and violence. These types of things were happening to me. And you see, I had to beg my way to get into college. I went to one college, I didn't get into that college. My school wouldn't take me back. And I went into another college that my friend gave me the enrollment letter for the college. And I wanted to get into, and I wanted to become a pilot. I wanted to fly airplanes. And what happened was, when I went to this college that my friend got an enrollment letter for, he basically showed the security guard the letter and he passed it under the table. I then took it and I got it and I got into the college. I didn't get the grades. I got 4 GCSEs, but you needed a minimum of 5. None of them was maths or science, but I wanted to be a pilot. I queued up in the A-level physics line for 1 hour. I got to the end. It was a man by the name of Alan. I will never forget this man, because you remember the best people in your life and the worst people. The people that make the greatest impact in your life, you're going to remember. That's why it's so important for us as young leaders, why it's so important for us as UPF ambassadors to leave an impact wherever you go, because you want a positive impact to be left. Agree? And so I basically, I went in and I queued up in the A-level physics line, but I looked like this rude boy with a gold cap tooth. My eyebrows were marked because of the area I was living in. I went to the same school as Mark Duggan. He was actually the person that got shot by the police and started the London riots. And I queued up in the A-level physics line. I got to the front. The man said, "You don't have your grades, you're going to have to repeat your exams." And I got up and I walked around. And then I went back. I said, I need to be in college because this is a lifesaver. Because my friends were dying on the streets. I had people that were going to the grave when they were young. The same issues now was what was happening then. And basically, I queued up for another hour. I got to the front. And the man said to me, "You don't have the grades. You're going to have to repeat your GCSEs." And I remembered the words that my parents spoke to me. Don't let anybody tell you can't do anything. I remember the faith that I held on to, that I can do all things through my Father in heaven who allowed me to achieve those things. And it's only because of him why I actually got through. I'm telling you. Faith. How many people believe in faith? Let me tell you, faith is so important. And I queued up again and I went to the front. The man said, "You don't have the grades. You're going to have to repeat your exams." And the woman sitting next to him was someone that believed in me. The name of that lady, I will never forget, her name was Anita. She said to me, anyone with that level of drive and determination, I'm sure will be able to do an A-level in physics. And she put me onto the A-level with no maths. She said, "Go over to GCSE Maths and tell them that I have sent you." And she literally wrote the letter for me to get onto my maths. And I went to university. But when I was growing up in North London, it was very difficult because as a child, I was bullied. When I was going, primary school, I was bullied at primary school, and my parents got me into martial arts. And so I became pretty good at martial arts. So what I did when I went to university is I was teaching people how to do martial arts. And so I'm actually I'm actually a 6th degree. Listen, it's really hard to do that in a 3-piece suit. Nonetheless, I'm a 6th degree black belt in Okinawan Judo Kangojuru, a form of karate do. I'm given an honorable title of Koyoshi. Any Japanese people here? Yeah. Who is, I have a title. You can tell you what the Kayoshi means. Yeah, I'm a Shihan. I have Rokodan. The rank is 6th dan, and I'm also training Aikido and also Yamanaka Hashindori Jiu-Jitsu, Kobudo, as well as a licensed Shotokan instructor and a personal protection specialist. When I went to university, because I had this ambition, I wanted to be a pilot. I was studying engineering, but I wanted to be a pilot. So I had 30 people in the class. And what I did is I charged them £5 per head. What is 3 times 5? 15. What is £5 times 30? £150 in 1 hour. I thought, let me do a 2-hour class. That could be £300 at 18. I thought, let me do another class. If I can do a class, 2 classes in the week, that's £600. By the time I get to the weekend, basically I got £900 at age 18. And so I thought, let me basically put put this into and save because when I was age 18, I was getting close to £900 a week, saving, putting towards my aviation. Mum and dad contributed towards my aviation so I could do and fulfill my pilot's rating. In fact, when I was coming up, I thought I'm not going to create students, I'm going to create leaders because right now I've got a number of black belts that are also leaders because it is not about being a student, it's about being a leader because if you can create another leader, it means one day they can create another leader. Are you with me? And so my guys were 4 times national champions. I had in Team GB 4 members of my squad in the national squad. When you're talking about 52 institutions in the United Kingdom, 4 of them came from my dojo, from my school. Dojo means way place. The Japanese person can confirm that. Anyway, when I had people that came to me that were in the United Kingdom saying, I believe because of the color of my skin, I'm not going to be given sponsorship to basically go for the Olympics. I believe I'm not going to be able to be given this, even though I'm the top level in this country, because everyone knows discrimination exists, don't you? Because of the way you speak, because of the way you look, because of the way you walk, because of the way you talk, people look at you differently. And that's part of the reason why the UPF is seeking to basically create equality for everybody, equity for everybody. Are you with me? Yes. And so what happened was a man by the name of Alton Brown came to me and said, Nat, I want to compete, but Team GB is not letting me do this. And so I said, don't worry about it. Do it for your father's family, Jamaica. And so what I did is we took them and we got them. The first time ever Jamaica competed at an international competition, they got a silver medal against 43 different countries in the Pan American divisions. In fact, Jessica from Switzerland had the same problem where they wouldn't put her forward. But you know what? I said, do it for Jamaica. And for the first time ever, they managed to achieve that. When I got through, I'm now the licensed WKF representative technical director for the whole Jamaica Karate Federation. So all of the Olympic things I'm involved in all the Commonwealth Gate, all that type of stuff. This is just a side hobby. Do you understand? Which turned into something great. Anyway, at university, I managed to achieve the things I did. I did a foundation of engineering degree. I did a BEng with mechanical engineering with aeronautics and also a degree in manufacturing engineering. Because I had achieved all of this and I managed to get all the money together, guess what happened? I moved from the position of my low state when I was in school and I became a pilot. So I'm actually a qualified pilot. It meant I had to change the way I was talking from, what you say, my guy, you good, yeah? Like, straight, like, hot, you know what you're saying? Like, you call everything calm. Like, that's the road talk. And it had to change to, this is a Delta 212 Juliet Alpha inbound for ILS 15 request. They say turn heading 270 degrees, contact the ground 119.42 Juliet Alpha. But I could still see my friends, I could still see my people failing. I could still see young people not being able to achieve success because people didn't believe in them, because the education wasn't constructed for them. I could still see they were failing. I could still see people were falling down the wayside. And what I did is I started a company called The Safety Box. And that's how I kind of got on this radar here with UPF, because I won awards for The Safety Box. In fact, in 2007, I was the first young person, the only black person in the UK to win 2 awards in enterprise and entrepreneurship from the former Prime Minister Gordon Brown and also Alistair Darling, the former Chancellor of the Exchequer. The Daily Mail Young Brits Award was the only the first black person to win 2 awards in that. Anyway, and that basically happened because of this organization, The Safety Box. Since then, we have developed fully AQA accredited curriculum programs. We've worked with over 20,000 young people in diverting them from crime and violence in the United Kingdom. In addition to that, working with over 800, 900 offenders. This year, we're topping 900 this year because of the interventions we've done in prison, working with offenders to reform them and to help them to be proactive, where 67% have gone into employment and 61% have gone into education post our interventions. We work right the way across the sector, from schools, right the way through into referral units, into the criminal justice space. That impact is seen. We're commissioned directly by the Home Office, by the Metropolitan Police, even by Her Majesty's Prison and Probation Service, by the Ministry of Justice, and by her Hertfordshire Constabulary and other, the MOPAC, the Mayor of London, London Violence Reduction Unit. We're commissioned by so many services for the interventions which we do. Why? Because our statistics are quite good. We achieved the highest rates of violence reduction in one of the most violent youth prisons in the country in 2012. With our methodology, we're utilizing and adapting the Cure Violence model, where we reduced group violence by 95% in 1 year, which has never been achieved in a British prison ever before. The evaluators of the program said that it was both a rapid and sustained reduction in the violence, as well as reducing self-harm. And you see, because of the work which we've done, we have engaged a number of partners now. And so you can see some of the partners that we have. I've formed an international agreement with the company, Sega, whereby we took for the first time young people that were disengaged, former gang members, into Sega headquarters to teach them how to code games. Never before. And so this year we're actually launching a new app, because during COVID, there were still young people suffering from mental health, still young people that couldn't go out and do things. So we've got an app that we're developing now, which is launching this year. I also basically founded a company called Jamaicans Inspired, which is about mobilizing the diaspora. If you can see the shape of our logo, it is in the shape of the continent of Africa, because we believe that we are the diaspora of Africa. And I tell you something, this has been fantastic, because we have mobilized people and formed partnerships with companies like Enterprise UK that gives us discount on our car hires, as well as hotel discounts and other things that we do. This brings you to my other company now. And what I'm saying is that the only limit is yourself. Everyone say the only limit is yourself. If you have faith, you can achieve it. Faith is the ability to achieve something that you can't see. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so this is where it brought me to my company, Genex. The company Genex means Genesis and Exodus. It means a beginning and a breakthrough. So when you see light at the beginning of time, you see Exodus, like this Jamaican Bob Marley that used to sing this song, Exodus, movement of your people. And when they're coming out of a bondage, because people are bound because of lack of energy. And so this is my company, Genex. I'll play this video for you can see what we do. Can you turn it up for me? Thanks. It's about empowerment, electricity, and innovation. Because almost a quarter of humanity has no power. This is what you see. 1.45 million deaths are attributed to the effects of indoor smoke from lighting and cooking, where people burn themselves on fires. By the year 2030, the World Health Organization has estimated 4,000 people are going to die due to the effects of breathing smoke from indoor lighting and cooking. This is what happens. The children burn themselves. The doctors can't perform life-saving operations without energy. It means that the vaccinations go off and that they don't have sanitation, basically where the food goes off inside of the fridge because of lack of power. Modern communication is hindered and the ability for them to keep water fresh is taken away. And so we are driven to change this by training women that don't get the same opportunities as men, by teaching young people the education, they learn how to build the solar systems, learning how to build solar lanterns. The education that we have developed over several years, we're about to roll out a national program in Jamaica where we're going to be teaching young people how to do this very same thing. And this is what I was presenting many years ago, in fact. And anything is possible once you put your mind to it. Because the young people and the people that we've trained in Africa, we've trained people in Tanzania, we've trained people in Kenya, we have trained people in Zambia to install our solar systems, where the women have basically put up solar into houses, where we've 60% of my guys that have been trained in Kenya are women. In the rural village of Sasajila, right in the middle, 500 homes there, now basically where they have power. And in Kibera slums, where we train a number of people in Kibera, this is Genex. And basically we had a massive pause on this company because of COVID, but we're now just starting to stimulate the business again with orders coming in from Jamaica. Because I was a leader, other leaders want to get to know me, and so I was fortunate enough to be invited to Necker Island to meet Richard Branson, where he has basically endorsed the company Genex. And now what we have is full-scale solar panels. My solar panels are so powerful that they can power directly from artificial light. This means that what you've got is a 3-layer. These are HJT panels. It means that basically you have can you see the solar charger? Yeah. It's powering from this artificial light because it has 3 layers of solar. That means that we have the ability to take light that is artificial and recycle it. Do you understand that power? And now what we are at the brisk of doing now is launching this business. As a black entrepreneur, I have struggled to get the investment for this. And that's the reality of my story. As an engineer, trying to push this up. This is a solar charger. It will charge your mobile phone. And so this is where Genex is. But just to give you an idea of the real size of Africa, because oftentimes we're lied to in terms of perspective. And this is a Mercator chart, but this is the real size of Africa. When I do this, that's the real size of Africa. When we understand, even though we are seen to be minority, really we're in a global majority. Did you know that? Yes. Because there are more people of color in the globe than there are compared to what society is putting out. Do you understand what I'm saying? Are you with me? Yes. Everyone say global majority. And it's about changing the way we speak. I've managed to speak in front of thousands of people because of the things which I've learned along my life. I've met most of the leaders that exist in number 10. Where I've had leaders that have endorsed the certain things we've done, and I've spoken to leaders because if you associate with chickens, you're never going to fly with the eagles. And that's why you, as global young leaders, I'm expecting more for you in the next 10 years. When I got my award, probably 12, maybe 13 years ago, I'm expecting you guys to be at the level of incredible achievement post your awards that you've had today. I have achieved a lot in my life, even to the point where Lloyds Bank was not supporting black people or Asian people, not giving them loans for their companies or even helping them, in fact, with the situation of getting, income for their businesses. And now I am one of the Black Advisory Board members for Lloyds Bank, where businesses will be able to get loans up to grants, in fact, up from £25,000 right up to even £500,000 applying. That is a lot in terms of the achievement. I've been listed in so many different places, and I've been featured in Forbes. And the reason why I do this now, the push which I have now, is because of these people sitting on this table over here. Can you see them over there? My family. That is the reason why I push now. That is part of my purpose, because my purpose was empowering people, definitely. But my wider purpose is that my family can have a greater future and my family can do well. And that is why this is about purpose. And this whole journey is about purpose. As I kind of close up, because we are over time and I came late, I was running from another event I had to talk at and I needed to come here. I managed to get it. Thank you for fitting me in just after your discussion. This is about purpose, and I need participation because the power of life and death is in our tongue. Everyone say, the power of life and death is in my tongue. So the words we speak are powerful. Everyone say with me, say this, say, my life has purpose. I want you to say, my story is important. I want you to say, my dreams count. I want you to say, my voice matters. I want you to say, I was born to make an impact. Say it one more time. I was born to make an impact. One more time. Say it like you believe it. I was born to make an impact. I want to thank you. Listen, I keep going. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, I want to thank you so much for being patient with me and for me to come to actually address you tonight. My name is Nathaniel Pete, and the reason why I've just told you my story is really just to show you that it doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter the color of your skin, it doesn't matter how you talk, it doesn't matter if you speak 3 languages, you're not grabbing English fully. It doesn't matter if you come from a part of the world where people don't acknowledge you. It doesn't matter if you're a woman. It doesn't matter if you're coming from trauma in your life. It doesn't matter if you have been just discriminated against because of the way you speak or because of the religion that you practice or the persuasion which you have. It doesn't matter. All you have to do is believe. My name is Nathaniel Pete. Margaret, thank you so much for inviting me today. And I hope that I've left some words that you could reflect on. Oh, do you know what? This is the solar lantern that she's talking about. So this is one of our lanterns as well. It was so funny. This one, in fact, this lantern, during the lockdown, they were doing it. Listen, they were doing an experiment at school around light. And so my son Micah actually assembled this one during the lockdown. So listen, learning through doing. You don't have to have, top degrees. You just need someone to show you how to do it, and you can do it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
lovely
you.
family.
Thank you.
At
Thank
UPF, we believe in the family. Yeah, it makes the cornerstone of society. Thank you so much. We believe. Say, we believe. Thank you from bottom of my heart. I was keep on telling, he's so inspiring. Please wait, and it's really well worth it, isn't it? Wasn't it worth it? Yeah. Yay! Big thank you. Robin told me about you. Not one, but for your thingies that you do. And I didn't know much about it, and about choreography and things like that. It's really interesting. Isn't he a very multifaceted person, isn't it? Yeah. And I'm learning more. Now you're going to get many, many, many telephone calls. Yeah, these people are going to say, can you help me become like you? Please.
Can I just share something more?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Remember this, your network is your net worth, okay? I'd like to invite the whole of the UPF family to a United Nations Fellows event happening next week, okay? And so I'm gonna send the invite to Robin and Margaret, and it would be great if you guys could attend this event. There's a number of events happening in London, in Birmingham, in Manchester, and the fellows are going to be coming, United Nations fellows are coming over. And this taps directly into your linkage to UNESCO as well, but it is to ensure that, there is representation. But that network in itself of people that are going to be there will be very pivotal for you. The guest lists are, sort of lords and baronesses and barons, as well as MPs, city hall individuals. I can send you the details. There's various different locations. I believe the symposium is going to be at the University of West London, in fact. The symposium is going to be there, but there's got something at Cambridge University. There's things happening around the United Nations Fellows. And remember this, your network is your net worth. So network as much as you can. Get the details of individuals.
Can you tell him to do it?
I would definitely. If my wife is a powerful woman herself, but she's doing amazing things in the diversity space and equity space as well for women and for those who are marginalized as well, and is part of the group, in fact, that is organizing this United Nations Fellows event and events that are happening. So I definitely extend the invite for you. Your network is your net worth. Network as best as you can. Talk to people. Remember, it's not about who you know, but it's about who knows you. And so that's why you've got to shine your light as much as you can so that that person can know who you are. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm like a little girl. I'm admiring you, It's amazing, isn't it? It brings that spirit in me. Yeah, thank you very much also for believing in us. And we waited for you, and it was well worth it. Yeah. Okay, now I think we have to start with Lee to give 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, whatever. How long is it? Where's Jonathan? How long is it, Jonathan? 1 to 2 minutes, darling.
No problem. Can I do it now? Am I on? Yes. Sure. Awesome. So we had some great discussions over our lunch, all about why we're here and what we can do, including Nathaniel, on your point about schooling. I was called disruptive in school. I mainly put it down because I don't fit the status quo and like to make positive change, but also tackling all kind of divisions of discrimination. So racism is a big one at the moment, but there's also ones that fly under the radar, such as ableism and ageism, that we think can be elevated to work alongside to help tackle and solving the discrimination problem and treating everyone as an individual, including teaching businesses. So An example I gave over my lunch was that I've been working on some disability training for businesses to become confident talking to people with disabilities, but also changing the education system so you actually get first-hand experience at the things in life that matter. You know, how do you manage a relationship with someone? What's the best way to communicate? And the big one is how do you get a mortgage and manage finances? Because maths is a part of that, but I think there's a lot more to it. That was the notes that we had over our lunch. Thank you for listening.
Nothing. I mean, I'm not too sure on how to top anything that has happened in the past. I don't know, just my head's, yeah. Our table discussed mental well-being and like trying to make sure that like we understand how to have mental health awareness, and that kind of inspired me to, when I want to pursue my project, actually I need to take care of that the children went through a lot of trauma in their lives, and then I have to take care of that perspective. And also I was talking to Sir and sorry, and then he gave me a lot of ideas about how I can start with actually start small, just provide technology, and we can actually teach those children over online. And that just inspired me a lot, because I was thinking it's actually doable that way, rather than trying and make everything physical over in Greece, Lebanon, or Jordan, for example, which yeah, and the discussion went great. So thank you so much for having us. Yeah. Thank you.
Now, we have another mental health. Mental health is very powerful. This is Krishna.
Thank you, everyone. So on our table, we discussed the website further, and we came up with some more ideas on what we were planning. We thought it was important to socialize as well. So on top of having a website which contained all the information, really, we wanted to plan events maybe. So something like a run was an idea that we came up with. We thought the run could help with raising money for a mental health charity maybe. And also it gives people a place to come together, achieve something. That was another thing we talked about. We said that when you achieve something, you feel full in a way. And that can also help you with your mental health in a way as well. So yeah, it brings people together. It's a way everyone can communicate and talk about mental health as well. So that's another plus. And we were thinking of arranging many other events like this.
Is walking and talking.
Yeah, walking and talking, I guess. But yeah, we were planning on putting these links to events on the website, maybe even starting our own forum. That was another idea. So something like Reddit or Discord, but like a page where people can share their own experiences with mental health, so it becomes more normalized, and people can talk about what they went through and give advice to others anonymously if they want to. So that was another idea. But yeah, those were the ideas from our table, and thank you for having us.
It was really inspirational for all of us, actually, especially when we heard Nathaniel. And what we have discussed, actually, we just shared our experience, what we had gone through and what we have achieved. Because in our life, in these days, most of the young people, we like to do copy-paste. And what we said, you don't need to copy-paste, do something, because everyone has some specialty, and you have to flourish it. Yes, I should share with you, then it will help me to flourish. But once I will do the copy-paste, what is going to happen? Because I couldn't be like you. I should be like by myself. And when I couldn't be like you, then also I can't do anything. So that's why we have to think what we want to do in our life. And we have in our group, we have the youngest one, she is 13, I think. Yes, Farah, she is 13, and we have some of them, they work for the climate change. We have the musicians, we have all type of things. So main thing is we try to share our idea, what we could do and how we could do. And this is, we shared, I said, we don't know how to do, but we have to make our target like London Marathon, 26.2 miles. I have to reach there. But how to reach, it will make your way. And when you work, because from my experience, what I had seen, when you want to do something and people like you, when they will find you, they will not ask many questions. They know how you are and they will help you. Yeah. In this picture I had seen, I had a chance to work with some people like from 10 Downing Streets, few of them. I'm a big cricket fan, so I met with all my Jamaican cricket stars and then and number of times, and they really helped me to go on. And it is really inspirational. So the main thing is what we have discussed, that we want to do something and how we should do. We have to share our idea. We have to push ourselves each other. And then, because if I pull you, you will never leave me. You know, we have to be united. Thank you.
And anybody else next? Please, Hassan. A very nice young man called Philip. No, he's very helpful.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Yeah, so some of the ideas we came up in our team was revolved around homelessness, around the community. You can do something within your reach. You know, we need people. Yeah, as Dr. Sir Nathaniel Pete said, we need more younger people to take leadership. You know, and I think many young people they lack that passion or they lack that initiative sometimes. So in my team, we came up with like several ideas with like mentoring. Yeah, she want to talk about it.
So I run a mentoring organization called Together Mentoring. And so I started it mainly because, I mean, I've been out of uni for over 10 years. I'm quite old. And there's a lot of work for like, you know, young people that are troubled and youth violence, but I saw that there wasn't much help for people that have actually, you know, trying their best to make a change, going to school, going to university, want to make something out of their lives. They come out of uni and, you know, they don't know what to do or where to go. I have a personal story where one of my close friends, best friend, actually went through depression and was suicidal with a law degree and was still in retail. So Together Mentoring, me being from North London, Edmonton, was just, you know, to help people in my community and, you know, greater community through mentoring and coaching. So I work for FTI Consulting, for example, and my company have partnered with me. So like actual professionals, you know, give up some of their time and help to actually mentor people. It could be through, you know, helping with your CV, how to interview, and also if there's job opportunities as well, just to help and support. I started it 2 years ago. It's going really well. We've done events. We've had an event here last year, which was really good and big. My only block currently is I'm trying to register as a charity, but I failed twice in my application. So I think more support, you know, maybe, you know, support and help. And your beautiful wife was suggesting if there was like a pool of, like a portal where people can get information from to just support one another, that would be great. So I am going to give it a third attempt, so wish me luck. I'm going to have the faith and hopefully I can register and get some funding, because I've been, you know, funding everything myself from my pocket. So yeah, it would be great to get some funding and also do more.
Yeah. Some other things we came up with was like doing food drives around like communities in dire situations, like, because I happen to drive a van, maybe fill up some goods, share it with other people, you know, just basic needs. You know? And also, what else? Michael.
Micah.
Came up with building football schools for like young children, maybe bringing parents to bring their kids and mingle with each other, because they wouldn't otherwise, I think. Yeah.
And even with the homeless, thing we're saying, I was thinking, helping homeless people get into jobs. So like maybe have like a charity where we can provide, interview outfits, just to help them, because they might not have the money to buy, like suit or where they can rent, or for free, obviously, just to help them as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Say thank you, Kate. Anybody else? Kelvin. And maybe back to you.
Hello, I'm Keldon.
I'm Justin.
Right. We didn't quite rehearse this, but so our group, we was quite a very diverse group, mostly dominated by students for some strange reason. But what was interesting is actually what they study, and because we're all coming from different points of view, different backgrounds, and I always find it like I always wonder when someone like studies politics, like why. No, it's serious.
The same thing, because I'm not particularly interested. I'm interested in politics in the fact that it shows that we care, but I don't get wrapped up in it. You know what I mean? So, and the thing that I would just want to, before I forget, what's his, your name? Fahad. Oh. He said to use the head wing instead of using left wing, right wing. Head wing. Just think. Use your brain. So that was a really inspirational. Yeah.
And there was this really interesting moment actually. Like, so if I remember correctly, Fahad speaks is it Persian?
Yeah.
And so there were these two people speaking in Arabic, and I don't know how different Persian is from Arabic.
It is
but
very different.
It's apparently very different, but he could understand what they were saying and translate it. And this is fascinating to me. Because if you look at the history of around this area, like the fact that why do we call it the alphabet? And really quickly, it's because alphabet comes from alpha beta. Where does alpha beta come from? Well, it comes from Greece, but where did that come from? It came from the influence from the Aramaic. So even our Western alphabet comes from the Aramaic. And what does alphabet come from in Aramaic? It's aleph bet. If I remember correctly, right? Yes. Yeah. But where did that come from? Well, that came from the influence from what is now like in Babylon with the cuneiform, where it was aleph means goat and bet, if I remember correctly, means like house. The two first things that you would want to take account of. And I guess you can tell I'm a bit of a history nut. Now, how this fits into our group is, in a nutshell, like there's a huge diversity of the skill sets that we have and backgrounds, and I feel that as individuals, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I know best, right? But I don't. So I feel that like what Nathaniel said is, your network is your net worth, because you need the diversity of thoughts. You need the psychologist who's going to be like, yo, no. You shouldn't do that. You need the advertising person to be like, cool, brilliant idea, but we need people to know about it. You need the politics person to say, brilliant, but you need to understand the power structures and how this will relate. So really, before I conclude, I'm rambling now, but one thing I saw with the recent, and this was, I was very, I saw it with the social justice warriors, and you see it with the kind of insulate now. And it's a caution that we need to be aware of, which is if your protest is effective by like being aggressive and blocking the roads, it sounds really brilliant. Hey, we can change the world, but that same mechanism can be used to do bad. So so anyway, I just feel that diversity is important, because without that, you wouldn't have had that politics person who'd be like, yo, bad idea. Yeah. So this is what our table concluded. Thanks.
If there is nobody else, is there somebody else? You are there? No. If there's nobody else, I would like to invite my dear colleague and friend. His name is Elliot Yamamoto. He is actually is in charge of YSP, here in this country. I just wanted to invite you to do something with them at any time.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not much time, but you know.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'll be super short. I wasn't expecting to share something. But as Margaret has said, my name's Elliot Yamamoto. I'm part of Youth and Students for Peace UK, which is an international organisation, a non-profit youth association founded by Mrs. Moon. And it was founded to give youth voice and to empower youth to create their own projects. We're relatively new here in the UK. We've been operational for 7 months. We're my colleagues. Alma, do you want to stand up, give everyone a wave? And Viola as well. We're operational in Cardiff, Birmingham, and in London. And our goal is to support you with your projects through project implementation, funding, and coaching. So if you're interested, then come and speak to one of us. Thank you very much.
So we've had an amazing afternoon, some amazing contributions, some really inspiring ideas for collaboration. UPF is a network, and you've heard a lot about networking and its importance for net worth, but also networking is also good for collaboration. So when we come together with our ideals, our inspirations, our passions, our campaign ideas, then you, like a Venn diagram, you find where it coalesces with other people who also have idealistic mind and ideas for changing the society around us. So that was the purpose of today, was like a great Venn diagram. We were all trying to find areas for collaboration. You know, someone wants to go and visit homeless people, or someone wants something for mental health issues. We can work together on those. And it all depends a little bit on our follow-up. I'm so grateful for each of your contributions, and I'm so grateful for Nate coming again, because it's a number of years since we've met. I'm so grateful also for Dean Russell, for an MP to spend afternoon here. You can see he's a great family man. So we're very grateful for everyone who's contributed today, for the food, for all the areas of organization, for the AV, we can see with Raymond.
And all the helpers, please, thank you.
Thank you so much. So UPF is in a sense, is like this network where we've had these Venn diagrams, and we've been working on this for 25 years, almost more actually. And on the 31st of this month, if you want to come again, it's a Tuesday evening from 6 o'clock. We have Humphrey Hawksley, a former BBC World Affairs correspondent, who's going to talk about tensions. I've forgotten the exact title, but basically tensions in the Indo-Pacific, and particularly the area of South China Sea, Korean Peninsula, and other tensions in that area, Taiwan, etc. And that will be on the 31st. On the 2nd of February, there will be, if you're interested in Nepal, there will be a Nepalese kind of cultural event together with the Nepalese embassy and so on, the diaspora here. Following on from the visit of the speaker of the Upper House of Nepal a few months ago. And then we have an interfaith event on February 7th, and so on. There are a lot of these kind of events coming on. So if you're interested in these, then we would like to just leave us your email, and we will send you events. Sorry, Mieko, you're... Sorry? One day seminar. Thank you. Thank you. Very good.
That's my baby.
January 21st, next Saturday.
Next Saturday, like today, we have a one-day seminar that really explains more about UPF, what UPF is, why UPF believes. And we trust, like the moment I got involved with UPF, I I can do it. You know? And at 76, I'm still going. So it's important to have that faith, and it's important to have that vision, you know, that where you're going, you know. So in this one, we will explain about what are principles of peace, you know. I mean, it's not just no war, it's so much more, you know. And we'll explain a lot about that. And we'll have a nice lunch together. Not as chaotic as today. It will be all organized because it's one place, you know, every place. And it will be good experience for anybody who wants to you know, reflect.
Do you understand where we come from?
Where we come from, yeah.
So next week, from 11 o'clock, Saturday, 21st January, right here.
I can
same
send
place.
it to anyone who wants it.
Thank you very much. I'm going to end there. I could go on about more
Yeah, I
events,
have to
but
say
there's
one
more time. Sure.
One more
Sure.
thing. I'm very inspired with, you know, people I spoke to. You have ideas, but what I really like is if somebody or anybody will tell me, oh, can you provide, like I said, one of the rooms? I want to invite other, you know, if you like, awardees to talk about this topic. I'll be very happy to help you. And also, I can sometimes ask you, but it's better if it comes from you, then you know that you have help and there's a place for you to come. I will be very grateful if you do that. And very grateful if when YSP sends you something, you can say, oh, thank you, not now, or I can come, or not. It will be nice to interact in both fields and anywhere else. That's good. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, the head of the council
Amanda.
of Watford, Amanda.
Thank you, everyone, and have
And
a safe
also
journey.
thank you, Akhtar, for
Safe
helping.
journey home.
And-
Thank you. Thank you.